What's going on, everyone? Talon here, and welcome to another account progression video. Alright, so it's time to tier 2 another character, and we had recently, or about a week ago now, I got those 300 login bios, so I decided who am I going to use those 300 bios on, because they're getting close to expiring. So I was like looking through my roster, and I was like, someone that I can't really farm would be the best option, so I actually decided to use them on Robbie Reyes here. So we have him now to all 20 gears. So that means it's time to tier 2 him, and especially since I have quite a few of those tier 2 tickets laying around. I haven't really been using them a lot recently. I've just been using my materials to naturally tier 2 my characters for the last 5 or 6 of them, so I figure it's about time to use one of those tickets up because I have quite a few of them. So we're going to be doing Robbie Reyes today as my next tier 2. And I did record actually the leveling of my gear, so you can actually see if I got lucky, if I got unlucky, or how I compare, or how my luck compares to yours when trying to rank up gear. Personally, I think I did about average on Robbie Reyes in terms of how many bios I had to use to get all the gears to 20, but I feel like my leveling from 18 to 19 on the gears was pretty bad, and then 19 to 20 was actually pretty good, so it made up for that. So let's go ahead and show that clip really fast so you can see the gear leveling. Alright, and we're back. So let's go ahead and take a look at Robbie here before we go ahead and tier 2 him. So for his gear, nothing special here. We have either energy attack or all attack. We have all defense, we have HP, and we have skill cooldown. So all just basics right there. His obelisk is a fire damage with ignore dodge, even though he doesn't really need the extra ignore dodge if you're using him for his leadership anyway. So that's not too important. And then we just have a freeze basically for the obelisk proc. So nothing too special here. I kind of just threw it on because it was pretty much the only fire damage obelisk I had at the time. I do have a few more now, so I may switch it out. I'm not quite sure yet. But definitely having a damage proc would be nice, or even just a immune to damage would be okay as well. And since he has that ignore dodge as a leadership, that's not necessarily needed on the obelisk here, so I could definitely go with like a defense penetration, or my bad, ignore defense, or something along that area, maybe even just a crit damage, something to help out his damage a little bit. But that's what I have on him for now. And then his skills, I only leveled up his Demon Bind here because it increases his all speed by 20%, so that's nice to have leveled up. Oh yeah, I did level up, of course, this for the guard hits as well. The Tire Scorcher for guard against 5 hits for 5 seconds, which is really nice to help his survivability, even though he does have some pretty long iframes, and he does have 3 skills with iframes, so doesn't necessarily need the help, but of course I'll take it. And then Ice Await set is I Am Also Groot. I went with this for even a little more survivability, because despite having all those iframes, if you're fighting, say, like a world boss or something like that, and they only hit you a few times, Robbie Reyes seems pretty squishy, because he dies in just a few hits. It seems like I'm always low on health just after getting clipped once or twice from a world boss, or even in Shadowlands, if they kind of hit me right before the startup of the iframe on a few of his skill animations. I see my health just plummet really fast, so this extra heal right here is actually pretty nice. I do enjoy it, but definitely I think the optimal set for Robbie Reyes is going to be a attack-based one, probably like Overdrive or Power the Angry Hulk, or something like that would be ideal for him. But personally, for my playstyle, I just like using I Am Also Groot for him. So now let's get into the... Oh, wrong button. Alright, there we go. So now let's actually get into the actual tier 2ing of Robbie here. Alright, so we are going to use a ticket this time. Okay, so I do have 5 of these saved up. Alright, so not too bad. So we can still do 4 more characters after Robbie here. And yes, I would like to tier 2 him. Boom, alright, so we now have a tier 2 Robbie Reyes. So let's go ahead and look over his tier 2 passive here. So we have increased skill damage by 18%, increased bonus damage by 15%, increased guaranteed crit rate by 25%, and increased guaranteed dodge by 20%. So his tier 2 is actually pretty powerful because it has some of everything in it. It has a little extra survivability with that guaranteed dodge, and then it has some extra damage with crit rate and just a boost to his base skill damage and bonus damage as well. So overall, the tier 2 looks really nice. It's really strong tier 2, so definitely is worth it. Alright, there we go. So now that we have him freshly tier 2'd, let's go ahead and try him out a little bit. Alright, so here we are at floor 11 of Shadowland, and we have a male heroes rally stage here. So let's go ahead and take our freshly tier 2'd Robbie Reyes and throw him into this stage here because he is a male hero, so he'll be perfect. We'll just go ahead and use his own leadership in here and see if he can solo it for me. So let's load him up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and open with the 4th skill so we can get that guard going. And then let's just rotate through his iframes after that. And at max skill cooldown, you definitely will be able to do these continuously. As you can see right now, my skill cooldown is not at max, so it does have a tiny bit of downtime, but not much, as long as I let the full animations play out each time. So I can't do any skill canceling or interrupting if I want to be able to constantly cast his 4th, 3rd, and 5th skill. And his damage is pretty nice, so I do like his damage here. This is, of course, no damage leadership. And this is pretty much like autopilot. So I didn't check his skill cooldown before I started this, but I believe he's only at something like 25% skill cooldown, or maybe even 30 at most. And he's still able to chain these 3 iframe skills together, even with that low of skill cooldown. So that shows just how long these iframes are. Oh, I got interrupted there. As you saw there, he did get interrupted, and that is because his 5th skill with the car is not a full iframe, it's kind of partial iframe, so every time he pops out from the ground there, he can be interrupted by the opponent using a iframe skill or something like that. Alright, so that was nice and easy with Robbie. No effort needed there. He's pretty much just a brain dead clear. You just hit the buttons and let him do the work for you. Alright, so that was Shadowlands, so let's go ahead and move on to World Boss. Alright, so here we are at World Boss. Today we have Supergiants as our World Boss, and we're going to go ahead and go in with this team. And the only reason I picked this team is because I get a little extra skill cooldown right here from Black Widow and Cho. And I kind of need that because I did go back and check, and my Robbie Reyes is at 28% skill cooldown right now, so it is quite low. So maybe having that little extra bit of skill cooldown will help me keep those iframe skills chained together a little better. And even if I get partially interrupted, hopefully one will be ready for use. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring him in here, and we're just going to use his own leadership for the ignore dodge, so no damage leadership. And we're going to go with no strikers because we did tier 2 him, so we're just going to see if he can do this all on his own. Alright, so here we go. We're opening with the 4th skill. And then I usually like to do the 3rd next just to get that all-speed buff. And then finally end with the 5th. Oh, see, that one got interrupted there. His damage is looking pretty good. It looks like he should be able to clear this no problem without strikers. I guess that little, that dash back that Supergiant has is a partial iframe or something like that, because it does cancel my skills. Alright, so now let's go ahead and actually see what the team-up skill is. Oh, well, I guess we won't see what the team-up skill is since I got stunned there. Alright, looks like we're on to the last phase here. Ooh, that was kind of annoying. Got that fear going on right there. Got feared again. Awesome. Oh, wow, that laser did a lot of damage. That laser might have just cost me the run here, because I cannot get hit again. 373 health. Yeah. Alright, well, there we go. Despite getting hit by that laser, still able to clear it. Alright, so with no strikers and no damage leadership, Robbie Reyes was comfortably able to clear this. And like I said, my skill cooldown is quite low. It was at 33%, I believe, with the team-up bonus there. And as you can see, there was a few times where I had to wait for a skill to come off of skill cooldown. but overall it was pretty easy to chain them together, so definitely at max skill cooldown you'll have a lot less issues with trying to keep one of these skills up for the iframe. So yeah, Robbie Reyes is a very safe character to play as, and definitely has a really strong tier 2 as well. So if you're a newer player or looking for a new tier 2 to invest in, Robbie Reyes is definitely a strong option. He can help you clear pretty much any of the game modes. He can solo quite a few floors in Shadowland. You can do the male hero. You can also do anything, pretty much any of them, because he's universal actually, so as long as it's not like a female restriction or something like that, he should be fine, or if there's no, of course, immune to fire damage enemies. So, that's going to be Robbie Reyes, definitely a welcome addition to my tier 2 list, and yeah, let's go ahead and see which tier 2s I have left to do, and actually we'll let you guys vote again for my next tier 2. So, oh, I guess not. We're undergoing maintenance right now. So it looks like, is it time for the update already? What time is it? Oh yeah, just hit 5 o'clock, so we're actually going into the 3.0 update right now as I'm recording this video. So, actually the next video will probably be me ranking up or doing something with one of the 3 new characters. So I plan on ranking up 2 of them right away, because the maintenance prizes or compensation that we're getting is actually pretty much the same as a mega rank up ticket, because I believe they're giving us a 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 star rank up ticket. So of course that's going to be going towards Agent Venom, because he is the paywall character. So I'm just going to unlock him and use those tickets on him to rank him up to 6 stars, and then not sure who I'm going to get out of the other 2. We'll have to see. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.